And welcome back to Late Night Love. Oh, good. I did it again.
Hello.
I am just having an off night. You know, some nights. Tonight, here on Late Night Love, we go a little bit deeper. Exes who won't let go. Brothers marrying ex-wives. Partners blaming you for past abuse. And the painful confusion of intimacy that doesn't feel safe, aligned, or reciprocated. We're also talking about mismatched sex drives, awkward bedroom moments, and the emotional whiplash of a menopause-driven desire. This is the part of the night where honesty gets raw and healing gets real. Well, apparently my ability to speak has not gotten real. But before we continue, we got to tell you, you can find us at Late Night Love. Send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us. Do it, subscribe. God dang it, I almost had it. Subscribe, share, and all that other fun stuff for us. Good Lord. I almost got that one out.
Almost.
No, really
Not quite. No. Sorry,
it really wasn't that close.
No.
It really wasn't that close. It's been a long night. All right. It's been crazy, so let's just get out of here. So what are we starting off with tonight?
Well, my ex, 49 male, still treats me, 51 female, together 12 years, like we're still a couple. How do I deal? She's going to move out soon.
Well, are you still acting like a couple? Apparently there's...
Well, they sleep together.
Okay, so apparently there's some...
Everything's the same in their life, in their home.
Uh-huh.
But they're divorced. But she got a divorce. And she's going to move out soon.
Uh-huh. So, okay, but most of the time when this happens, they sleep in different rooms. Like someone sleeps on...
No.
Well, okay, gee, I wonder if you're sending mixed messages at all. And maybe that's why these things happen. You gotta break up, get a divorce, the whole 9 yards, but you're still sleeping in the same bed. There seems to be a disconnect somewhere. Just saying. Why would someone treat you different if you're not acting different?
I'm thinking he doesn't know how to treat her. She's acting exactly the same, so he's acting exactly the same.
Why change if you don't have to?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want from me? You know?
This is...
He's being nice.
She's,
He's not being a jerk. He's not saying, leave now, pack your stuff, and he put it on the lawn. He's accommodating her.
I just don't understand why they're still sleeping in the same room, let alone the same bed.
Yeah.
Someone, if you sleep on the couch if you have to, right? It's not that big of a, but I don't know, stubborn, both of them, maybe? Or
well, she's a princess, is what she is.
Well, clearly, and it's only 12 years. This would be more understandable they've been together 30 years. They just don't know how to break their habits, right? They've been in habits so long. You can't break it. This is 12 years. So 12 years can be a habit, but it's not that deep of a habit.
Okay.
So this is a little codependency maybe on both accounts. Mm-hmm. Maybe a bit. And instead of accepting her responsibility for it, she's going to blame him. She doesn't want to take accountability, so she's blaming him for changing it. So it's his fault for not changing how we're behaving. He should change, not me. He should.
But she's the one who wanted the divorce. So I don't, I think it's all on her.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to accept the responsibility for that.
No.
She doesn't want to accept accountability.
No. I think she likes the comfort and security, and she's afraid.
Yeah.
Now that it's come down to it, she's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
What did I do? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, if you're having second thoughts, looks like he's going to take you back, Missy.
Yeah, I suppose. No, she's determined. She's moving out soon. She's probably been saying that for a year now, but And we can get it. It's, you live certain places that are expensive.
Very expensive, really hard.
It's hard to move out.
Yeah.
And, a 50-year-old woman doesn't want to get a roommate. I get it. So, I get it. But you have a roommate, you knucklehead. I'm just I just don't get. I haven't changed my behavior either, but it's his fault he hasn't changed his. Well, McFly. Somebody's gonna have to change, and he doesn't have to. It's not.
No.
There's.
Yeah. Why should he?
If you want things to change, guess what, sunshine?
You got to change it.
He's perfectly happy. He doesn't need to change.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Ooh, this one. My brother has impregnated my ex-wife and then is engaged to marry her. How do I move on going forward? Oh, dude. This is a really hard one.
Well, first, let's get a little thing clear. His younger brother is 26. He's 35, and his ex-wife is 27. So let's face some realities here. The reality is his ex-wife and his brother were probably better partners, just from sheer statistics. We're probably better off together in the beginning to begin with.
Yeah.
So, personally, she's your ex-wife. What the hell do you care? You move on. This is hardly the first time this has happened in the history of the world.
Relationships.
Of the world. I mean, weren't there?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people did Cleopatra marry?
I'm sure there's a Greek tragedy written
about 6 or 7 Greek tragedies about this kind of exact thing. So, how do you move on? You just move on. You'd be happy that they found happiness.
That may take a little while.
Yeah. And you may have to fake it.
To get there.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it, dude.
That's my suggestion. Fake it. Because what else are you going to do?
And how close are you going to be to this little baby?
Well, you might be very close.
That's what I mean.
You may not be. It depends. They may end up moving to Tallahassee or something. You only see them twice a year, if that. So I'm just saying, if 2 people have found genuine happiness, you'd be happy for them. She was your ex-wife. As long as he didn't do that while they were still married, it's kind of the definition of none of your business.
Yeah.
So just accept it as none of your business.
And she's an ex for a reason. You try and remember that.
Yeah. And it may just be they didn't work out. It might not be. She may be a perfectly nice person, but their differences were just.
That's what I mean.
Differences.
You got to remember the differences.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
Okay, this one. Boyfriend said that I'm partially at fault for staying in an abusive relationship. Any advice on how to handle this? Run.
I'm going to get in trouble for this one. From like an after-action report perspective, he's not entirely wrong. Now, here's the thing. That's not his role to tell you that. That's your sister's role or somebody else's role to tell you that. So that's the real problem.
Not your abuser.
No, he didn't say he's an abuser.
He is. He's the abuser.
Oh, I thought. See, it sounds like she was talking about a past relationship.
No.
Well, at this point, yes, she is at fault for not leaving. If that's the case, she is at fault.
If that's his attitude, get out.
But that's not how it reads, but it reads like her past boyfriend was abusive and he's saying, well, you should have left earlier. And on that that's how it reads. So maybe it's just a poorly worded question.
Okay.
But clearly, if someone tells you that and you're still in the relationship, it is your fault for still being in the relationship. You're a moron. At some stage, you have to accept responsibility for not being able to read the flashing red sign in front of you that says stop. And if you keep going, guess what? It's your fault. This is the flashing red sign that says stop. And if you keep going, you have to accept some responsibility for keep going. Do you not? Just at some point, There was a trial. God, what? Shia LaBeouf. Anyway.
I think this is too much blaming the victim.
Well, at some point, you have to accept responsibility for the condition you put yourself in if you're going to move forward. Do you not?
Yeah.
So accept responsibility and move forward. There's again, Shia LaBeouf is being sued by one of his ex-girlfriends because he's a dick, right? Perfectly fine.
Okay.
But on stage, she said, yeah, at any time I could have bought myself a first-class ticket back to my townhouse in London. I could have left anytime I had wanted. So why didn't you? You weren't financially dependent on him. You had your own money, your own resources, your own house halfway across the world. There was quite literally no reason for you to stay, except that you chose to. Not defending his behavior, but at some point, you have to accept responsibility for the choice you didn't make. That's all I'm saying. And if this is true, then if she doesn't believe at this point, then yeah, she is kind of responsible. Is she not? She missed the clear freaking bright red sign.
No, I have been.
It's like driving through a stop sign.
I've been in this situation more than once in my life. And to break free from it, I had to look at what I was getting out of it. Why was I staying? And it was fear of a lot of things. Being alone, not being able to make it on my own. I was mentally ill. I needed help.
I understand all that, but the only way to do that is to accept your responsibility for that.
I wanted someone else to fix me.
Yes, but no one else can fix you. The only way to do that is to accept responsibility.
And that's what I mean. And when I said, okay, he's not going to help me. I'm not going to get what I want out of this. He's not capable. And right now, neither am I. I don't have a good picker because I picked this idiot. So I need to go elsewhere.
Yes, you accept the responsibility for your.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So is it her fault? No, but it is her responsibility.
It's her responsibility. It's not fault.
Yeah, fault is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But it is her responsibility.
It is.
Because who else's responsibility is it?
Because he's not going to. Because he's happy. He's happy sitting there abusing you and you taking it. He ain't going to change shit.
Why would he?
Why would he? He's happy.
Yeah. So you have to accept responsibility for the roles you played and your path out.
So I will stick with my original advice. Run.
Yeah. But the only way she's going to run is if she accepts responsibility and moves on. So,
yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's partially true. It's just he's not the one who gets to say that.
No.
Yeah. That's her sister or best friend or
just sit, because she needs someone to sit there and figure out why she's staying. What is she afraid of?
Yeah. So
yeah. Someone help her walk her through this. And if you don't have a sister, get to a counselor.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay, they're both 30. Caught just talking inappropriately to a user on Reddit sexually. How do I move forward?
Okay, who was caught? Because this one makes no sense, the way this is phrased. Female 31, male 30 was caught talking inappropriate to a user on Reddit sexually. So what, they were both caught talking? What, were they at work?
Yeah, by their respective partners.
Okay, so these two people are talking inappropriately on Reddit, but they're partnered with somebody else. What? It's like Jerry Springer.
I know. You shouldn't do that stuff.
Well, it depends, right? There's some relationships where, what's inappropriate in one relationship is perfectly fine in another person.
Well, apparently it's inappropriate in those relationships. They had not said, pixels are okay. That was not the deal.
Okay, now who is asking the question? Because
female.
But which one? Is it a female who caught their spouse or the female who was caught?
Was caught. No, who caught?
Because see, I don't.
Caught inappropriately using on they got caught. The female is writing because she got caught.
She got caught. Now, are we positive about this? Because it's the person anyway. This is what the tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I can't even follow this question because it's
just so
it's
convoluted.
It's a bit convoluted, and I think it's poorly phrased as well. But
okay. I'll pay more attention to that. I'll pay more attention to that.
Let's just say we're going to go with some generic advice.
Yeah.
A lot of different couples have different, views on how chatting is, whether it's chatting is cheating or just a hobby or part of a relationship and don't care. Sometimes it spices up, get someone's motor going for you and you benefit from it. So some people don't care. That kind of thing.
That's why I don't mind you flirting.
I don't flirt. What are you talking about?
I've watched you. It looks like you're flirting. She's flirting.
Well, that may be true, but I still don't know that either. So,
and then I sit there questioning. Okay, is he? That's all right. And how do I feel about that? I'm fine because I know he's coming home with me.
I'm just chatting with people, so I don't know.
They're flirting. They're touching their hair.
I don't notice.
They're leaning into you and hanging on every single word you say.
It's loud in there. What are you talking about? Anyway.
Clueless.
So, if you're the one that caught, you just have to go and have a difficult discussion with your partner about why you have been doing this.
Yeah.
And because it may be I'm bored. And that's a hard discussion to have because how do you say, I don't know, bored, I guess.
Yeah, it's not serious. It's just.
I'm bored and killing time and it's a little fun and it's more fun than watching Netflix. It's just that kind of thing. Yeah. Sometimes there's no real good answer to these kinds of things, right? Yeah. Someone's looking for some good, deep answer and there's not one. We're humans and we're bored and we cure our boredom with stupid decisions on occasion.
We do.
And so, or maybe there is something different. Maybe she's feeling lonely. And so she's going to have a difficult conversation with her and her spouse, but that means she's going to have to do a little introspection. And so she's going to have to get honest with herself. Yeah. And that's the only way you can ever deal with these kind of things. Yeah. That's it. If you want through them, it's the only way to deal with them. You're going to have to do some introspection and then have the discussion about, hey, what really happened? Yeah. And then hope they accept it. Hope they love you as much as, they should.
You made a mistake. Apparently because your partners were upset.
Well, they don't even actually say their partners are necessarily upset. They just say they were caught. One partner might be upset, another might not care. We don't know. But if there's just something to have to move past, it's still, ultimately, it's the same.
It's the same process.
It's the same process.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, now we move into, there's a couple of intimacy questions. Okay. I don't know how to feel after feeling her body cringe when he was going down on her. How to proceed. This is just going to take some time before she feels comfortable with you and relaxed. This is a big thing.
Well, also, just because you interpret it as a cringe doesn't necessarily mean it was a cringe.
It could be a whoa.
Yeah, it could have been something else, and you could interpret it differently. Not everybody's going to respond the same way to different things. Now, maybe it is a cringe. Maybe she's not used to that intimate, or maybe she was taught that kind of intimacy is dirty, and so she's got a mental barrier to break. Or maybe that's how she reacts to that. And it's not a cringe. It's just one of those reactions.
it can be part of easing in and just relaxing.
Yeah. Now she is 30. Mm-hmm. So she may have some trauma that she's dealing with. And so she may be giving you a bigger gift than you know.
Yeah.
So
She's trusting you.
yeah. So here's a question. Ask. Hey, I've got a question. Don't make it a big deal. Just have a question. Just ask. Just see if I'm interpreting this correctly. Ask her. Just saying. Couldn't hurt.
No.
Generally, these kind of things, you pick your spot, type of thing. But generally speaking, asking is not going to hurt.
No.
This kind of thing. It may be embarrassing for both of you, but the fact is, if you can have these kind of discussions, then your relationship's, generally speaking, in a pretty good space because you can have uncomfortable discussions.
Yeah.
So that's my just ask.
Ask.
Ask what that was. Maybe your asking can help relieve whatever stress she is feeling.
Yeah.
Or not. Or maybe she can just tell you, what? That was a jolt of excitement. What the hell are you talking about, you moron? Slap you upside the back of the head. You've never seen that before? He could just be completely misinterpreting what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, boyfriend very awkward in bed, and I don't know what to do about it. He's 34.
Okay.
Now, what he does is he initiates, starts the kissing, and he's a bad kisser.
Okay.
And then he just holds there,
Okay.
and he won't move forward to the next. She has to make the next.
Okay, he's had
Move.
he's had some bad training. This is what's happened. His previous long-term partner had issues right? So he couldn't move forward until she right? So in a sense, whether she should have to or not, but this is what happens when you have a 35-year-old partner. Sometimes you have to retrain them. So you're just going to have to take some initiative and do it yourself. Start the whole process yourself. Change what he thinks the. See, right now he's essentially doing sex by numbers, and he gets to a number that he doesn't know where to go from here.
Oh.
He had a sex by numbers chart from his previous partner. He could do that. He could run the chart. Perfectly fine. It was fine. Just, it was like, painting Kermit the Frog in a paint by numbers thing. You just painted Kermit the Frog every time. It was great. It was fine. And now he's got someone who you've got to paint grandma's house in the woods. You don't know what colors to use. He doesn't know nothing. And so he's lost. So he needs some directions. He needs some numbers. You could have some fun with it. Put some numbers on you. Start here. 4, 5, 6. You could try that. Have some fun with it would be my suggestion, but you're gonna have to take some time to kind of retrain him. Help him unlearn his previous habits is probably a better way to.
There we go.
Is probably a better way to describe that.
Yeah.
You have to help him unlearn some previous habits.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you run the risk of just creating new ones. And they might work for you, but how long? At some point it's going to get just overly routine. That's the danger of, it's probably why he's no longer with that other person. It became overly routine for her and boring because it's all he knew to do.
Yeah.
He could run the numbers. He could do that. He didn't know you can color outside the lines. Just,
Maybe have a talk with him about what he would like to do.
Oh, he probably doesn't know. He probably hasn't had enough. His experience has probably been so narrow that he doesn't really know what he wants to do, or he's afraid to ask you because he's afraid he's punching way above his weight and he doesn't want to scare you off. That happens, right? I am a 4 dating an 8. I am not going to say or do nothing that's going to make this woman actually pay attention to me and look closely. So you never ask for the weird things that you like because, you don't want to scare mom. And she's sitting there going, this guy never just boring. He's just afraid of scaring you off. It's right. That's all. That's his fear. So, yeah. Just saying. What, you think this isn't true?
Now, we might say no, but we're not going to look down on you.
That is not true. You personally might not.
No.
But you are not a representative of your species.
I'm not?
No.
Oh.
Most of your species is not that enlightened.
You know,
At least in their 30s.
I'm hearing that from friends, too. I really should start paying attention.
And one of these days, you start listening to the people who are telling you these
and
things.
people who love me and actually really know me.
You're not representative of your species on this thing.
Well, here's the thing to the women out there. If you want a guy to tell you things, you have to be non-judgmental. Hello.
Well, but now there's not so few of you that you're like a unicorn, but you're not representative.
Okay.
But, just for some hope out there. There's they're not like endangered species, You're
They just take some digging to find.
It takes some digging, and oftentimes it takes them till their mid-30s and 40s to kind of figure it out.
Okay.
Just look at men. It takes us till our 30s and 40s to figure life out, right?
Yeah.
We're no different. Women are no different.
Yeah.
All right. What's next? What are we ending with?
This is our last one. Now, this is a puzzler.
Uh-huh.
My wife's sex drive has gone through the roof, and I'm not sure how I can keep up. Now, this is after menopause, which is notoriously time for things to shut down. She is not afraid of pregnancy anymore. Huzzah. Now it's all about her.
Well, and here's the thing. Wait 3 months and it'll change.
It will.
Because it's the hormone thing, up and down, up and down. So it'll change in a few months. So here's the kind of the flippant answer that's not quite as flippant as it seems. Enjoy it while you got it.
Seriously.
Just because
it's going to change.
You're getting older, and simple physical abilities are going to start getting in the way. So, as he's already finding out,
yeah,
I am no longer 22.
Yeah.
Now I can keep up with this woman. Well, you have to slow down while she goes faster. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out how to
balance that.
So, it is what it is, but... try to figure it out. Just try to enjoy it while you can. That's my suggestion. I know, again, it sounds a little flippant, but it's really not. It's one of these things. There's parts of life that you can enjoy the quirkiness of the human experience, or you can, be humbled by it, or you can be distressed by it. So you might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. All right. Relationships can wound us, teach us, or transform us. Sometimes all at once. Whether you are in your story, you are not alone. Let's close out the night together. So from me and Lubby, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good night.